happy closest day to Valentine's Day, everybody. I know, lovely decorations. Mortimer, very romantic with a lovely rose in his mouth, and the box of chocolates isn't real, because if they were, I would just be eating them all. So I just, fake is good sometimes. You get the nice decor going, but you don't actually inhale copious amounts of candy, which I would be in these times. So hopefully you guys, if you are going to eat copious amounts of Valentine's Day chocolate, that it's at least good quality. It's all that I ask, okay? That's my only restrictions that I ask as your trainer, is that if you're going to eat chocolate, make sure it's good. Today, of course, you're going to need your chair, you're going to need your shoes, all that kind of stuff. Music, play your favorite music if you'd like. And we're going to be doing 3 exercises, 2 sets. So this is going to be a general workout to get all those muscle groups nice and activated, and we can just move on with our day, okay? So bring the knees up nice and high, shoulders are back, core is active. We'll see. I think Kipo's passed out in the office right now, but if she does come in, it would be great, because she's got this ridiculous cone on her head. She got spayed last week, so she's wearing a cone for the next 10 to 14 days. She takes a personal insult when she's walking in the living room and gets hung up on the couch, and then she looks at you like we're the ones holding her back. It's been an interesting week. Don't kick anything behind you. You're gonna do butt kicks. Yeah, so it's hilarious having a little cone head for a puppy, but also just kind of irritating for all involved. And she has to be on a really, really short leash. So in one way, this terrible weather has been great, because she can't go for walks or anything right now anyways, but we have to have her on a really, really short leash when she has to go to the bathroom. So we're freezing our butt off, and she's freezing her butt off. Good things, bad things this week. Everybody, hopefully you're staying warm, hopefully you're staying safe, and this soon shall pass, and we'll be into March. Nice Y stance, arms up, and you're just gonna do core twists side to side. So if you guys have any injuries that have come up, please email me. I'm always happy to help out with whatever's coming into play. Stuff happens. You might injure yourself while you're shoveling snow, or slip on the ice, or for no reason. You just went to bed and then you woke up and you hurt yourself in your sleep. That happens. It's been known to happen. So I'm always here to help. Let me know if I can assist you. You're going to slow down those core twists, come back to that neutral position, and you're going to do arm circles. Now you are trying to squeeze your glutes here, but it's mostly about that arm being straight and as close to the ear as possible. Don't worry about speed. Just go with whatever works for you here. Just trying to lumber everything up so we can get into total body workout, get everything nice and active. And you can do these workouts as often as you want, but I do recommend that you give yourself at least a day in between. Shoulders back and down. You're going to tilt your head to the side, stretching out that neck. Especially with strength training. Strength training, general health guidelines, 2 to 3 times a week. Coming up center, tilting to the side. And that means that you work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's what I mean. You get that day in between of just trying to stretch everything out and heal it before you go back into strength training the day after. Come back up center and just do some shoulder circles. So we are going to do cardio in between sets, and that's what we're going to do right now. So if you want, feel free to hop onto a piece of cardio equipment, or you can do stairs, or you can speed walk around your house, whatever works for you. I'm going to be jogging on the spot. If you don't have a lot of space in your house, and you don't have cardio equipment, and the marching on the spot's a little nasty on your knees, on your back, on your hips, then you can just do knee raises, okay? That's perfectly acceptable as well. So whatever works best for you. Try and keep your shoulders back, core is active, squeezing your glutes. If you are on a piece of cardio equipment, we're gonna be doing this for 3 minutes. So you're just gonna go on your treadmill for 3 minutes, or elliptical, rowing machine, whatever you have, and just get the heart going, get the lungs working out for you. We have 5 more seconds, so just keep those glutes squeezed, and you're good. You can slow it on down. We're gonna do half jack, just the jack or jumping jacks, it's up to you. This is what it'll look like, so go ahead and try this out. If you have absolutely no coordination whatsoever, and this is feeling very awkward for you, you can have a nice wide stance. You can swoop down and then up into the air. So this is just the jack. This is half jack or full on jumping jacks. Like I said, whatever works for you to get that heart pumping. If your knees start to hurt or your back starts to hurt, that's when you modify back down to this kind of position. We have 15 more seconds left. And again, if this isn't working for you, you're doing just the jack. Swoop down, bend your hips and your knees before coming up into the air again. Squeeze those glutes when you come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and perfect. If you need a chair for balance and stability, feel free to use it. But I'm just going to get you to do alternating front kicks. Now lead with the knee first, then kick out as high as you comfortably want to go. Might not be too high. That's tightness in your hamstrings, and that's okay. Might be a little bit lower, but if you can, the higher you can get, the more you're going to work your core and your hamstrings and your glutes. Halfway there, so just try and stay up nice and tall. This is the last set, so if you're on cardio equipment, give it all you got. You got about 20 seconds left, and then we'll be stopping for a little bit of a water break. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're good. Whew. All right, feel free to have some water. Nice. Okay, goblet squats. You're taking one dumbbell, holding it on end. I don't know who drinks from a goblet like this. Maybe there's a different reason why it's called a goblet squat, I'm not really sure. But with the goblet squat, your feet can rotate out a little bit, but mainly I want it to just come right from those hips. You're bending into the knees, squeeze those glutes up, okay? So the butt goes back, bending to the knees, and come up. Go ahead. Push the hips back first. Now, if you do have a bad back or your knees don't really like this, it'll look more like this. You do initiate the movement with your hips, but you don't go down nearly as far. If you can handle it, that's where you're trying to get those elbows to touch the knees. So I'm so excited. I bought these new weights today. I run outdoor boot camps in the summertime. So sometime last year in July, I brought my 10-pound weights onto grass, okay? And I just dropped my weights onto grass, and it snapped in half. My whole dumbbell, the dumbbell just cracked right in the middle. I'd never seen that happen before. And you're good. You're gonna grab both of your weights. So, since that time, summer, July, I think, of 2020, I haven't been able to get 10-pound dumbbells because of COVID. Bending the knees, squeeze your glutes, shoulders are back. You're gonna bicep curl up, and then come back down. Go ahead, down and up. So yeah, it's taken this long to get my dumbbells replaced. I was super excited. They're hex weights, but hex weights, sometimes the other weights as well, when they're brand new, they put this oil on them, and I think it's for shipping so that they're protected from salt water. Like, I have no idea, but when they come, they have this nasty, oily, stinky film on them. So I was very excited. I got them today. I washed them in soap and water just now so I could use them and then dump them on my couch and carpet and not get the couch and carpet all dirty. And now they reek like, not like oil, but very much like cigarette smoke, which is not what I need right now. And you're good. Like a very pungent, hurt your throat kind of cigarette smell permeating from my dumbbells. Gross. So hopefully you're not experiencing that right now. I don't know why it's doing that, but at least the oil itself is not getting everywhere. I just have to hold my breath while I'm exercising. So what these are going to be, chair planks or chair mountain climbers, and you can do straight arm or bent arm. If you're doing straight arm, it's a little bit nicer on your back. If you're on your forearms, it's harder because you're lower. So you choose where you want to go with that. You can hold plank like this, or if you want to make a harder version, you're going to pull one knee towards the chair. Ready, set, go ahead. So it's one then the other. Nice and slow, just really trying to activate your shoulders, your core, your glutes. If this gets too much, just hold plank, keep your hips flat. And like I said, if you need it to be a little bit nicer, you can come up. Make sure your hands are here, not here, okay? You want those hands right underneath your shoulders. You can also do mountain climbers with straight arms as well. We got 5 more seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. Roll your wrists, roll your shoulders to loosen everything up. And we're going to go back to that goblet squat. If you need to take a break and have some water right now, feel free to pause me and then come back to it. Otherwise, feet about hips distance apart. They can slightly rotate out if you need them to. And you're going to sit back in those hips and then squeeze the glutes up. Sit back and come up. You are pulling that belly button into the spine the whole time, but the glutes will have to relax here and then contract up here. With the depth, that entirely depends on your knees. Just make sure that your hips are doing this, because if they're doing this, you are going to feel that in the knees. So your butt has to go back first, then the knees have to follow. We got 15 seconds left. 10 more seconds. If it's still not working for you, feel free to just sit down and stand up using the chair. That will help a lot to take the tension off the knees. And good. Okay, both your dumbbells. Seriously, guys, it's like nasty cigarette smoke. It's burning my throat right now. Shoulders are back and down. Core is active. Squeeze your glutes. Get a bicep curl up and then come back down. They did not smell like that before I washed them with soap and water. So, yeah. Ugh. Okay, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'll just hold my breath and just not inhale while I'm lifting these towards my face. Don't forget about your glutes, guys. And you guys breathe. Don't hold your breath. It's really bad to do that. Just give me a few more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and bring those weights down. Depending on what you did last time, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Straight arms or on your forearms. Forearms is a little harder because it's a little lower. You can just hold plank, which is easier, or bring in those mountain climbers. Ready, set, go ahead. 1, and then the other. Now you are trying to have those hips nice and flat, so try not to tent them like this. You want them to be down in line with the spine. You don't have to be very fast with this one. We're just trying to activate the core and make everything work for us. You got 10 seconds left if you can. If not, just hold plank like this. If you have to drop a knee, that's fine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and good. Come on up. Shoulders roll back and down. Feel free to have some water. We're only doing 2 sets, like I said. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to get you to sit on the edge of your chair, crossing the right ankle over the left knee to sit up nice and tall, and then push forward to stretch out that hip. We're trying to keep mobility up here as well as strength, just so that, you know, we can be prepared for anything. Generally, when we hurt ourselves, our joints can't move as much as they should be able to move, because we're tight and we don't have a lot of flexibility. So then other things have to compensate. So let's say, you know, you had to reach back to get something, but your spine doesn't really do it, so your arm had to really get back there, and then you tear something in your shoulder. Switching to the other side. So that's what we're trying to prevent, is just as much mobility as possible. That's what we're trying to gain here. Even if your knee can only do this, that's fine. It's not like you can do a lot about it, but you don't want it to get any worse. And hopefully through regular stretching, it can get a little bit better the more that you do it. Okay? So it's always, can it get better? Or, in the very least, do we keep it the same? Because if we leave it alone, it most assuredly is just going to get worse. So we want to avoid that, okay, at all costs. You're gonna lean back first, then you come on up. So like I said, we're doing cardio. We're gonna be doing step out chair burpees. Not a super fast movement. If you want to do jumping burpees, absolutely feel free, have at her. But today we're just gonna use that chair to step out into plank, come back in, and then stand up, and you want to push those hips forward, core is active, you're going to reach up towards the ceiling, okay? Ready, set, go ahead. Step out into plank, come back in, stand up, shoulders over the head. With this one, you step out as far as possible, and you reach those arms up over the head, right in line with the ears as much as you can. We are going to also stretch out the wrists and the fingers today a little bit. Just because, you know, always good to keep those nice and limber there. We have 10 seconds left. Keep your core contracted the whole time. Those glutes activate when you stand up out of that deep squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. All right. We're going to be doing nice high knees now, as fast as we possibly can. So I want you to bring those knees up high, high, high. Higher than before, higher than when we were doing this as an opening up stretch, and faster than before. Watch your back, okay? I don't want you to pull your back out. I'm trying to get that knee up nice and high, but you should be able to increase your speed a little bit, increase your range of motion a little bit. We're halfway there, got 20 seconds left. Just try and stay upright in the torso. Got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. Okay, you do not have to touch the ground here in these touchdowns. Feet are about hips distance apart. Go ahead, you're gonna push those hips back, then stand up nice and tall. Like I said, you don't have to come down this low. If you have back problems, it'll be only to here. I only want you to go to those knees and then come back up. It's because when you go down all the way to the floor, which is great if you can do it, but you have to bend that back just a little bit right there. See that? See that bend? So the lower back, if you have a tight back or you pulled it a couple months ago, it won't want to go down that far. Do not go down that far. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and perfect. Good. Now I can have some water and just catch your breath. Oh, my old house. It just is so like noisy all the time. You can't sneak around my house. If there was a robber, you would hear him every step. There's always going to be some creaking and cracking of the floor. That's for sure. Okay, so you're going to be, excuse me, you're going to be using the chair and one dumbbell. So what this is generally, guys, such a wimp when it comes to strong smells. All right. You're going to be doing sit down squat with a chest press push. So it'll look like this. Just wait a second. I'll show you how it goes. Stand up, punch out, come back down. So that dumbbell's at chest height the whole time. Okay? I'm going to lower it down a little bit here just so I can breathe. But you keep it up here. Okay, guys? Ready, set, go ahead. Stand up, Punch out. Yeah. Oh, geez. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna like put these outside in -40 after I'm done with this workout. Maybe the sub temperatures of like -43 we're gonna have tonight will just freeze out any of this residual smell that I'm getting here. We got 15 seconds left. Don't forget to squeeze those glutes when you stand up. Keep going, and it's a pretty fast movement with that chest push. You don't want to be out there for too long. 3, 2, and perfect. Okay. We're going to be doing row and kickback here. So if you have any back issues, maybe you don't want to do the row, do a different exercise, that's fine. But essentially, I'm going to get you in that lunge position. If you have a bad knee or bad back, you can be up high like this. The knee is still bent though. Okay, make sure that knee is bent. But I would prefer it if you can get that forearm down so your spine is just a little bit more flat. Okay, I want you to roll up, then kick back down. 2 separate kind of movements. And watch me while you're doing this, okay? Go ahead, row, kick back, come all the way back down. Row, kick back, come back down. 3, 4, pull the belly button in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, it's like seriously really bad. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. I should have like wrapped it in a plastic bag or something. If I had known. Not gonna stop filming now. Okay, on that other side, if you can, you're down this little bend into that front knee, or if your back can't handle it, you're tall, doing the row kick back. Ready? 15 times, if you can. Go ahead. Row, kick back, come back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't worry about keeping pace with me. 11. You might only get out 12 or 10. Got 3 more left. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Good, good, good. You can put those weights down. Shake out your arms, roll your shoulders a couple times. Good. Okay. So we are going to work a little bit here of the side glutes with the shoulders involved. So you're going to need a little bit of space. 1 dumbbell. We're doing that side lunge shoulder press. So it's a very dynamic movement, beautiful for balance and stability, range of motion, and it's total body strength. Once you get the flow of it, you should be good. The dumbbell's in your right hand. Okay, I'm going to get you to side lunge to your left. The dumbbell kind of swings in front, and then you're going to shoulder press up. The foot has to move, okay? So you step out in that side lunge, step back in for the shoulder press. Ready, set, go ahead. Out and up, out and up. As with all lunges, the depth of that lunge, this side lunge, is up to you. You push back with that hip, the knee follows. If you go deep into that side lunge, it's harder on the glute, also harder on the knee. So if you're having issues, you do a baby side lunge, but you're still doing that general movement to the side and coming back in. 5 more seconds. And good. Let's switch to the other side. Make sure you have that room. Ready, set, go ahead. Side lunge, up. Side lunge, and up. Good, good, good. Now with that glute, it'll be this glute so that when I step back, I'm contracting it to help propel that dumbbell up towards the ceiling. We have 10 more seconds left. Keep that core active to protect your back. And last time. Perfect. Good. Okay. You can pause, have some water. Perfectly fine to do that. But if you're okay, I'm just going to get you to sit down in that chair, kind of on the edge of the chair. So you can do the squat, punch out. Sorry guys, I just need some water because there. You guys know me. I'm not that high maintenance. I don't usually have issues with anything. This is really, really bad. Okay. I'm just not gonna inhale. You guys inhale. Ready, set, go ahead. I'm gonna stand up, punch out, come back down. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a win-lose scenario. I'm sure I'm poisoning my lungs right now, but I'm doing cardio, so that should be helping my heart and lungs get stronger while I poison them. It's gotta count for something, I hope. I'll let you guys know next week if I can't breathe anymore. I will be sending out an email with an update. And you're good. Okay. Now, with that back, depending on your lower back, you might want to be higher up in that lunge position, like this or like this. We're doing the row, kick back. Ready, set, go ahead. Row up, don't forget to kick back, and then come back down. It is a very nice flowing kind of movement, but it is two separate exercises. The row is for the upper back, the tricep kickback, obviously, for that tricep muscle. Now 10 more times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, if you can do one more, try and give me that, and perfect. Okay, switching to that other side. Ready, set, go ahead. Roll up, kick back. 1, 2, bend into this knee. 3, your core is active. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try for 5 more if you can. 5, you don't have to. 4, 3, 2, and you're good. Okay, you're switching that weight back to the first side, that right side. Shoulders are back and down. We're gonna do side lunge, shoulder press. Ready, set, go ahead. Side lunge, come up. Side lunge, and come up. Now with this one, because it's a very total body movement, everything has to work together, which is great. That's how the body likes to do it in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world. So we tend to overcompensate and we give too much credit to other muscles, like when we sit all the time. Okay, we put a lot of strain on the joints of the body to be in that position. And you're good. Switching to your other side. Ready, set, go ahead. So it's important that when you're doing these workouts, you're doing it anyways. You already found the willpower, you press play, it's great, you're working out. So work on your mobility. Fight for that range of motion. Are you going all the way up towards the ceiling? Is it in line with your ear? Are you trying to pull that belly button into your spine the whole time? Pay attention to pain. Pain will certainly determine how deep you can go into a movement. We got 5 seconds left. Give me one more time, out to the side and up. Perfect. Have some water. All right, well, it's getting a little rough, guys, my vocal cords. Oh man, I feel like such a baby. All right, so I'm gonna be up nice and close because we are gonna do some hand stretches before we get down onto the floor. So I want you to bring your hands into a prayer position, and what I want you to do is clasp the fingers together so that you can make big circles. Kind of like figure eights, I guess, is more what it looks like, just to loosen up those wrists before we get into the fingers. So you can slow it on down. Then what I want you to do is bring those hands back to a prayer position. Your elbows are going to come up, and you're trying to keep your hands together as you push down towards the floor. Don't do this. I want you to keep those hands together, but press against it. And then come up. Now the whole wrist, okay, so this guy and this guy, I want you to push back. So the whole hand is getting extension. Switch to the other side. Switch back. And switch. Come back to center. We worked the wrist joint. I want that to be solid now. Just the finger joints. You're going to push those fingers back. Okay, I'm getting extension in my knuckles, not my wrist. Keep that wrist solid. Push back with the knuckles. Switch to that other side. Push back with those knuckles. And one more time to that first side. One more time to the second. And then wiggle those fingers out. With our thumbs, generally they'll kind of come in like this when arthritis hits, because we tighten up this muscle here. So what I want you to do is you're going to have your right hand out, palm facing up towards the ceiling. Your free hand is going to come underneath you, grab onto your thumb, and very, very, very gently spread the fingers nice and wide, and you're just going to pull the thumb down. Okay? You should feel a stretch, no pain. Do not, you can put a lot of pressure on the hand, and I'm not asking you for that. I'm just asking you to slightly open it while the fingers are wide. Release that thumb, switch to the other side. So palm faces up, the free hand comes underneath you, grabs the thumb from underneath. I want you to spread those fingers and then pull down. There we go. Feel that stretch in the thumb. No pain. Don't push it too far. And then very gently release. And again, just wiggle those fingers, wiggle the thumb. Okay, now we're going to go down onto the ground with my hideous weights that I'm so excited about. It's ruining my boot camp. Okay, if you need to use a chair, feel free to do that. But you're going to make your way down onto the ground. I'll give you some time to do that. Feel free to grab some water while you're up there, but don't forget your dumbbells, okay? You're going to need them. Once you're down onto your butt, we are going to be doing chest flies today. Chest fly, you're going to grab onto those weights. Make sure that those knees are bent. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, and you want to do a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So you want to push that lower back into the floor, squeeze the glutes. This position you keep the entire time. You're going to lift those weights up, palms face each other. I want you to flare out, the elbows touch the floor, and then bring them back towards each other nice and high on the ceiling, okay? So flare out and then come up. Keep the glutes squeezed the whole time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last time here, and 15. You can bring those weights back
down to the ground. Good. Okay. So essentially what I want you to do is have your legs straight out on the floor and your hands are going to be behind your head. This is like, it's a cross crunch, but because the legs are straight, we're going to have way more range of motion in our hips when we do this. But everything else remains the same. It'll look like this. The opposite elbow crosses the opposite leg, but then you put it all the way down on the floor, head comes down, and then you switch opposite elbow to opposite knee. If this hurts your back, you just bend the knees and you're doing normal bent knee cross crunch, okay? But if you can manage it, even for a little while, try and have those straight legs. Ready, set, go ahead. Cross opposite elbow to opposite knee, come down, fight for that range of motion, come up and come down. 3, 4, take your time with this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we got 6 left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and just take a nice deep inhale and exhale. We are going to do weighted bridge hip lifts today. So I want you to bend your knees as much as possible. Your feet are about hips distance apart. And I want you to tuck your shoulders underneath you. Grab onto a dumbbell, put it on your hips. You will hold on to this dumbbell, because if you do not hold on to this dumbbell, you're going to lift those hips up and it's going to roll down your torso and smash you in the face. Do not do that, okay? You hold onto the dumbbell at your hips just to add that extra weight. And go ahead, bridge hip lift up, squeeze those glutes, and then come back down. Lift up, come back down. I want you to just barely weight bear, just kind of tap the butt, and then immediately come up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Straighten those legs, rock your feet side to side just to loosen up those hamstrings. And we're back to the chest fly. So I do want you to bend your knees so that you can pelvic tuck, squeeze those glutes. Grab onto your dumbbells, tuck those shoulders under. All of this is solid, okay? Glutes are contracted as hard as possible. You push that lower back into the floor. Then you lift the weights up, palms face each other, and go ahead. Flare out and up. 1, 2, have those elbows touch the floor. 3, and they're directly straight out from the shoulders. 5, if you're tight in the shoulders. 6, 7, it'll look like this. 8, and your elbows are by your ribs. That's not what I'm looking for. 9, I want you to do this. 10, elbows straight out from that shoulder. 11, keep those glutes squeezed. 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, so weights can go down. You are straightening the legs if you can. If not, bend the knees. It's totally fine to do that as well. Hands are behind your head, and we are cross crunching. Go ahead. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Come back down. Switch to the other side. Come back down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, modify if you have to, 14, 15, last time here, and relax. Breathe through your belly first. Then you can bend the knees. And we're doing those bridge hip lifts. Weighted if you can. So the dumbbell is on your hips, holding on to it. Ready? Lift the hips up and go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those glutes contracted. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Beautiful. Straighten the legs, rock your feet side to side. All right, I'm just gonna move my dumbbells out of the way so that I'm not gonna lie on them. We're gonna do a little bit different of a core twist today. So I do want you in that capital T position. Can you guys still see me? Hopefully. And I do want you to lift the feet in the air. The knees are bent, feet touch each other, and then you're gonna drop them to the side. That's still normal. First, breathe into it. Deep inhale. When you exhale, just push those hips forward, press that shoulder blade into the ground like we always do. Take some time to feel that stretch. But now, what I want you to do is both my knees are twisted to the right. So my left arm is going to come up towards the ceiling, touch my hand that's on the floor, and then open up again. Try and press it down towards the ground. Bring it up, and then back, press down. And you'll feel that stretch deepen in your rib cage, in your upper back area, hopefully. And good. So I want those knees to stay, the feet stay on the floor, the knees come back to center, and we are going to switch to that other side. So I do want you to lift up the knees, feet are together, arms are in that capital T position, and you're going to drop both knees to the side. There we go. Deep inhale, exhale, push forward. So just appreciate the stretch. This is one we always do. It's very, very nice for everything, hip, shoulder, everything like that. But we're going to go a little bit more into that upper back now. So my right hand, because my knees are twisted to the left, my right hand comes up towards the ceiling, rotates towards the other hand on the ground, and then opens up again. And you should feel that stretch quite deeply in the rib cage and the shoulder. Bring it all the way forward, and then all the way open again. All the way forward, all the way open again. When you're ready, both arms are down on the ground in the capital T position, and you're going to bring your knees back to center, and you're going to hug the knees in towards the chest, just gently rocking side to side, massaging the spine. Eventually, you're going to roll onto your side, and from this position, you're going to come up to a seated position. Now, if it is more comfortable for you to just come up completely and you're going to sit in a chair, that's fine as well. If you can stay in the seated position, cross ankle, that's actually quite nice for flexion in your knees. So whatever works for you, I'll give you some time to get there. Essentially, whether you're on a chair or on the ground, I just want you to sit up nice and tall. Breathe through the belly. Deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale, bring them down away from the ears. You stay up nice and tall with the shoulders relaxed. I'm going to get you to tilt your head to the side, stretching out all the muscles in the neck. Come back to center, tilt to the other side. Come back to center, and again, on your next inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, pull them down and away from the ears. And you're going to inhale, lift those arms up over the head, palms come together, and exhale, bring them down in front. Namaste. Hopefully you're rocking out some awesome music right now for your Valentine's extravaganza that we're having in the living room here, and we're not freezing to death outside. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to like drink some tea, I think, after this, because my throat's all ratched up, so that's really great for Valentine's Day. So hopefully you're having as much fun as I am. It's always an adventure when you're working out in front of a camera by yourself, joking with yourself. So Hopefully you guys are laughing along with me, and I miss you, and I hope that you're safe, and I hope that you're warm. It will get better soon, eventually. Spring will come. But until then, do this workout as much as you want. All right? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.